Chapter 48. Rielle is acting strange. Hyun-ki and Hwan-chul almost got into a rift because Hwan-chul betrayed Hyun-ki, had him get into a forced marriage when it was Hwan-chul who was supposed to be in that situation. Sad to say, the business venture only ended a rift between Hyun-ki and his dad, Han Myung. That night, Rielle had a dream that she felt was beautiful. She was with Hwan-chul in her dream. He brought her to a quiet place where only the two of them were strolling around. Then Hwan-chul looked through her eyes. She felt like she was floating, so in love that she felt that tingling feeling when Hwan-chul kissed her, and she reciprocated that kiss. She saw in her dreams butterflies fluttering around them, and the sweet scents of red roses seemed to mesmerize her consciousness. Her dream got cut short when she heard a movement in the room. She again had a recurring headache that she kept to herself, not wanting to tell anyone. She stood up and was struggling as she trod towards the bathroom. She recalled that dream, seeing herself and Hwan-chul intimately kissing. She was like in a trance at that moment. She felt a thrill rising in her veins, her heart pounding like a hand drum, and she heard his voice telling her, "I love you, Mari. I will marry you one day." After a long stare at the mirror, she felt a funny feeling for Hwan-chul. She felt excitement and a thrill while thinking about him. She had that feeling of excitement to want to see him. She took a shower and then sprayed herself with perfume before dressing up. She combed her hair, making it flow loosely, and a part of it tucked behind her ear with a pin attached to her hair. She put on a little makeup, eyeshadow, and light pink lipstick to make it natural, a type of makeup she usually wore when she always goes out with Hwan-chul, being his preference every time she was with him. While Rielle was fixing herself, her mobile rang. "Hello, babe. We are on our way to your house. Are you ready?" Hyun-ki asked. "Who's we? Is Chul with you?" asked Rielle. Hyun-ki was stunned. "No. Why are you asking about Hwan-chul because you said, we? I thought Chul was with you. Anyway, I'm ready," Rielle said. Hyun-ki was puzzled about their conversation. He leaned his side by the car's window, still holding his mobile phone, and couldn't piece together their short talk. When Rielle got inside the vehicle, Hyun felt something different about Rielle but couldn't piece it together. Hyun remained to look at Rielle in wonder, and from time to time, Rielle glanced at Hyun-ki and smiled but could care less. While the vehicle was entering the driveway towards the front lobby of the building, Hwan-chul was also on the driveway coming before Hyun-ki's vehicle. Hwan-chul was getting off his car when Rielle saw him. She quickly opened the car door but wouldn't budge, so she reached and tapped the car's horn and honked at Hwan-chul. Her quick action stunned Junie as well as Hyun-ki. Hwan-chul was also surprised. "Hey, Chul, wait up for me, please," Rielle said. Hwan-chul came to Rielle's window, puzzled as much as Hyun-ki was. As soon as Junie unlocked the car door, Rielle greeted Hwan-chul timidly and spoke. "Hi, I'm coming with you, Chul. Would that be okay with you?" Hyun-shi turned to Hyun-ki for his permission, which in turn made Hyun-ki surprised at Rielle's behavior. Hwan-chul was astonished about how Rielle behaved towards him. Hyun-ki replied, "Yeah, sure." Hyun was still pondering the sudden change in Rielle's attitude. Rielle pulled Hwan-chul to walk with her. "I have not taken my breakfast yet. Would you eat with me?" requested Rielle. Hwan-chul looked at her in amazement and replied smilingly, "Why? Sure. I haven't had my breakfast, anyway." Hyun-ki was still wondering about the sudden change in Rielle's behavior, forgetting him and her focus on Hwan-chul. She walked along with Hwan-chul towards the cafeteria, leaving Hyun-ki behind. Hyun-ki entered his office and suddenly received a call. "Hello. Who is this, please?" "Mr. Han Hyun-ki. This is Jung-jun, your operations manager at the subsidiary office. We are having some problems you must see and decide upon," explained Mr. Jung-jun. Hyun-ki felt bothered, his eyebrows furrowed. "Can't that wait until tomorrow?" "I'm sorry, Mr. Han, but your presence is necessary since the decision would only be yours," Mr. Jung replied. "Then I have no choice but to fly there today. Expect me at 3 in the afternoon," said Hyun-ki. Hyun-ki came to Rielle and informed her of his out-of-town trip and that he had to catch his flight to the subsidiary office earlier than 2 p.m. "Are you traveling alone without me?" Rielle asked anxiously. "No need for you to come, babe, and it will only take a day. I'll call you once I get there. Be sure to call me once you get there, please," said Rielle. Hyun-ki was still puzzled about Rielle's inconsistent behavior, so he went to Hwan-chul's office. "Is there something you would want me to know, Hwan, about Rielle's behavior today? Have you been talking and meeting without my knowledge?" Hyun-ki asked suspiciously. What questions are those? You were always together, and now you're telling me we were meeting behind your back. Is that what you're pointing at? Huanchu asked annoyingly. Should I be alarmed? Then explain why Rielle suddenly became close to you and preferred to be with you today. With total disregard of how I would feel, Hyun-ki was worried sick of today's turnout. Oh please, Hyung. Do not be a scaredy cat. I have not done anything to get her attention, but I was also amazed at how she behaved towards me today. Do you think she's getting close to regaining her memory? If that's the case, you better watch out. She would still be my girl, after all. Guanchal's optimism was high. Hyun-ki felt bewildered and worried. I will be out of town this afternoon due to a problem at our manufacturing plant. I will be leaving without Rielle, so don't do something stupid while I'm gone. Guanchul Wo. Do something stupid? Like what? Take advantage of her confusion? Come on bro, don't take me that low. I respect Rielle greatly. I can wait until she emerges from her darkness. I'll bring her home safe. Alright. Guanchul took the pleasure of the entire day with Rielle. In the evening, after their dinner, Guanchul took Rielle for a walk, and Guanchul talked about their good times together in the past while Rielle was listening interestingly. Rielle struggled to assemble some pieces of her memory, mixing her high school and college days, that became confusing. Because of her struggles, she started to have those recurring headaches again, and Guanchul got alarmed. This would be enough for the day. I will bring you home now. It might strain you more, so rest your mind and think of nothing to quiet your thoughts. I'll pick you up tomorrow morning if Hyun doesn't make it back tonight. Rielle and Guanchul left for home, and after Mangben rang the bell, Zia was surprised to see Guanchul walking with Rielle, assisting her to walk as she struggled with her movement. Why? What happened to my sister? Asked Zia with much concern. Mari had a bad headache and needed rest, explained Guanchul. And where is Hyun-ki? Why were you the one bringing her home? Zia was getting inquisitive. Hyun-ki had an urgent meeting with the operations manager in our subsidiary office and would be back tonight or tomorrow, said Guanchul. Zia took Rielle from Guanchul and assisted her in entering the gate. I'll take over, and thank you, Guanchul, for bringing her home safe. Good night, Zia said in a formal tone. Guanchul was puzzled by how Zia talked to him coldly, but then he gave a shrug on his shoulder and left with Mangben. What's the matter, Rielle? Since when were you experiencing those recurring headaches, and why weren't you telling? Mrs. Kalma asked with concern. Mom, it was nothing to be concerned about because these recurring headaches were common, Rielle replied. All right then. But you must let me know if those recurring headaches are becoming constant. You don't like me to worry, do you? Mrs. Kalma said worriedly. Then Mrs. Kalma suspected that Rielle's lost memory could be surfacing as the reason for her headaches. Rielle fell asleep on the couch due to headaches. Then Zia told their mom about the USB Rielle left plugged in at their TV set. I saw the video about Guanchul and Rielle. Mom, Zia whispered. About the prom night? We saw that already, wasn't it? Mrs. Kalma asked. It was not about the prom night I was talking about, but separate film clips about Guanchul and Rielle in college, said Zia in a loud low tone. You better look at it, Mom please, begged Zia. Mrs. Kalma looked at Rielle to see if she was still asleep, then waved her hand as a sign to proceed. So both watched the videos, one film clip at a time. The first clip was Guanchul being naughty with a girl flirting with him. They could not understand what they were talking about, but with their behavior, Mrs. Kalma thought Guanchul was notorious for girls and was very disappointed. And when Zia opened the following film clip where her sister was getting wet in the rain and listened to what Nancy was telling Rielle, the more Mrs. Kalma was dismayed by Guanchul. Keep following me on my YouTube channel and TikTok. Take advantage of more exciting episodes in the Windows of the Heart series.